The 15th five-year plan period represents a critical stage in which China will consolidate the substantial achievements of the 14th five-year plan, step up efforts across the board, and largely realize socialist modernization. The Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and Macao Special Administrative Region are going to align with the national plan to seize more opportunities and contribute to the overall development. Pansy Ho, a standing committee member of CPPCC, who is also the group executive chairman and managing director of Shun Tech Holdings, shared her views on this and more with me in an in-depth interview. Now, 15th five-year plan. What do you make of the nature of this when it comes to high-quality growth? And what is likely to be the role of Hong Kong and Macau?
This is a particularly important moment for China's economic development, and also in the sense that we have already been able to see how the previous two respective five-year plans been really successfully promoted and also now put into real action. This is exceptionally exciting, I think, for all of the country, because we are now really stepping up into going to really see how we can advance and becoming one of the most important countries in the world, claiming our space in the global scene. In the past, I think China had been really focused on promoting just our own internal developments. We have seen that the country had spent a lot of effort putting in really strong kind of development, propelling the country to develop out all the infrastructural and also setting forth and preparing ourselves to transform and becoming not just a manufacturing-based economy, but also now we are very, very, in fact, successful in our research and also now technological development aspects. So in the 15th five-year plan, it's all about how we can elevate. We're going into a new and also a more advanced mode of basically helping to shape not just our own economic transformation, but rather even on the global scene. We are making new partners. We are striking now more bilateral as well as multilateral cooperations with countries.
If you look at the words describing Hong Kong's potential for the coming 5 years, you see international financing, you see shipping, you see trade, you also see innovation and technology, as well as nurturing talents, be a bridge between China and the rest of the world. Macau, on the other hand, has also tremendous potential in terms of integrating its economy, but also diversifying.
Exactly. In fact, this is our role to continue to diversify. Yeah. And we also would want to, in fact, operate in some of these now new areas like culture and arts, MICE, meetings, incentive, convention and meetings, which we already have demonstrated that through the past decade, we have been able to now deliver infrastructures that could cater to massive events to be organized. Now we are going to go on to the soft power rather than just the hardwares.
Tell me more about the soft power.
Because Macau is so focused on the tourism sector in the past, it constitutes over maybe 80% of Macau's GDP. So what had been not really made into a key aspect of our competitiveness really is how throughout the past 25 years after the return of sovereignty to China, we've been able to now not only diversify our own economic base through bringing in all the non-gaming aspects, but rather that we have become a magnet of attracting talents and also nurturing our own. So in a short span of just 25 years, we now see that we can deliver, for instance, a substantial entertainment and performance base and attract hundreds of, thousands of people coming through our doors. We could even develop now very succinct art programs at my properties, you can find a museum, which is a now national grade museum, and we even have a show that is put together by Zhang Yimou, a world-renowned director. Right. So these are right now already happening in Macau. In Hong Kong, equivalently, needless to say, it has always been the capital for entertainment, for creative arts, right, for design. These are all going to be, coming back in terms of our key developments. In the past few years, of course, Hong Kong had made, really big stride in also putting forth as one of the key centers for attracting home offices.
I would love to focus on some of the points you just mentioned, Ms. Ho. First of all, diversification of the economic sectors in Macau. It was mainly gaming industry before, but now, as you said, it's really changing. What does it take to make this change?
In our case, I think it is very much the fact that we can work so smoothly together with the government. It is a true example, a good, example of a public-private partnership. In the sense, because Macau is not that big a place, right, and we have definitely common objectives. So here, it's really a matter of how we can work together and alongside with the government.
So how did that work?
Well, it's always the same with government. You need to be able to advocate and also, commit. It is both parts to it. It's not just asking. From our side, we will not just ask. We will ask to be granted an opportunity where we will actually, in the end, make the commitments. Right. So we're actually always adding on to our own, responsibilities and workload, except that it will pay off. See, it is in Macau, because the nature of our business is long-term investment. Whenever we were granted a concession, and it is a commitment from both sides for the next 10 or 20 years.
My final question, more about family business. You see, Chinese economy has developed into the next stage with this new 15th five-year plan. But you also see entrepreneurs in China. After 4 decades of reform opening up, it is a generational change. I understand you are shouldering real responsibility as your generation. How do you see family businesses at this moment? Many are facing this question in China. How is it evolve? What is going to be the legacy? Where is to innovate? What is going to be the renewed brand name? How do you look at all of these different factors in a family business, Ms. Ho?
The Chinese economy is developing so quickly and also going through a lot of evolutions. Every single time, maybe every 5 years or even a decade, it will come along with it also some new developments. Absolutely. We have come from a manufacturing-based economy to servicing, and now even venturing into more innovation and technology-driven. So, but all that within only just the past, to your point, less than the 50th year. We're coming upon 50th year by 2028. And we've broken all records in the world. A mature kind of economy, even like the U.S., had taken them over 100 years to be, to come to this state, to become the world's largest and most, influential powerhouse. I think China will become the powerhouse, and as the custodian or as the people who are going to be, in the capacity of managing a significant, portfolio of investments, and who hopefully will be able to, pass down, from one generation to another. I think the goal or the key, emphasis would be on understanding that it has to subsist through our own ability to work together with the country's direction. Mm-hmm. So first and foremost, it is to know the policies, the national we need to be part of what we call the national team. So we should ourselves herald and also embrace the policies. And secondly, what you want to do is not just to build a company that makes a lot of money. It is to be building an enterprise of talents, of, more on the resources that will go into the next, development phase always, that could be able to sustain your competitiveness. So it is bringing on resources, competitive capability, rather than using just financial means. Right. We have turned that page. In the first period, it was to quickly make the first bucket of gold, and then to use that bucket of gold to make more money and to build wealth for just one entity or one enterprise. We have gone beyond that.
Graduate from there.
Graduate from there.
Right.
It is important. It's a lesson that everyone needs to learn. But now we need to move on. Now we are developing and honing and building on our capacities in order to sustain even longer term developments and activities and growth. And all this have to be aligned with the country's own directions.
Ms. Ho, always a very enriching conversation. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All the best.